Welcome again to Fresh Bread. This is Reverend Phil Anderson here. Hey, I'm the pastor of Oakland United Methodist Church in Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church, and I've been doing this now since July the 1st of 2019. My goodness, seems like a decade ago. It's just been a little over 2 years. And the way Fresh Bread started, some of you know, some of you may not know, we began Fresh Bread when the coronavirus came and kind of shut down our churches. I know some churches met all the way through. God bless you. I thank the Lord for you. We just didn't feel like we could take that chance. We have a sizable number of people who were in part a vulnerable population in one way or another, and we just didn't feel comfortable meeting for a while. We had about a 4-month period where we met online only. Then we got back in the house of the Lord. We met for 4 months, and we were back online for about 4 months. So I was telling somebody the other day, it's remarkable to think that we were actually meeting online for 8 out of 12 months, and yet the churches stayed faithful. People remained committed. We lost a few, and we picked up a few. And that's the way life is. Now, I'm going to just take a minute today to share a little bit about this Fresh Bread idea and kind of what's transpired in the last, I don't know what, year and a half. But the idea was to connect with people in a way that was very accessible. So for most people, not all, we found out there's a lot of people in our churches who don't seem to have smartphones or the internet. A lot do, a lot don't. Some don't even have computers in their home. And that's okay. But that's just reality. Now, there are churches that's probably close to 100% that are really online all the time, and they've got Facebook, and they've got Instagram and YouTube, and they've got Twitter and email and the internet. And that really makes things easier to communicate with people when we have that. We don't, and we still don't, from what I've been told. So we're now somewhere in the neighborhood of 19 months after COVID. We still got COVID. COVID ain't going away, apparently. And we've had to learn to adjust and adapt to it. And it's interesting to me how we've lost some people. I was mentioning we've had people that never have come back since COVID to the church. I hope they're going to another church. If they are, good for them. I've done that. I've gone to different churches. I got no problem with that. We've also picked up some people who may have gone to other churches or who in some cases were totally disconnected from church. And I especially like having them come in because we're not taking people from one pen, in a sense, and putting them in another pen. The church doesn't grow by taking people and transplanting them from one church to another. Not that I wouldn't be glad to have people come if they're looking for a new church. They're welcome to come. I'm not opposed. But the overall church, not just a brick and mortar building type church or a congregation, but the overall church, that's the church of Jesus Christ, the body of believers. That doesn't grow until we bring in new people. And so what I want you to do, if you are a friend or an attendee, or maybe one you've quit going to Oakland or Kansas Avenue, and you're listening to this today, I would appreciate, no matter who you are, whether you're going or not going or never came or used to come, whatever your category, I'd like to get a little feedback from you. I've put out some papers and some flyers that have to do with inviting people to share their gifts, share their concerns, their ideas, their suggestions, and we're formulating those even now. But I would even take it a step further, and that is on a personal level. I want you to know you can come up to me and say, hey, can we visit sometime, or can you give me a call? I've got some ideas, and I would love to talk to you. If you have suggestions or things I could do better, or things you wish we would start doing, or things you wish we would stop doing, whatever it is, if you would let me know, I would really appreciate it. And I'm not saying I'm going to maybe take immediate action, but it just helps to have that communication. So remember, you're always free to talk to me. I love to hear from you. Well, hey, have a great day. We'll talk to you again on Wednesday.